Patreon and entitlement. Let's talk about it. What's up all? Welcome back to the channel. Now, I know I don't post a ton of videos. I'm going to be better about this, but in this case, we need to talk about some stuff that's been happening a little bit more frequently, I've noticed, with Patreons. And it's not just the patrons themselves, it's also been some creators. So in this case, entitlement has been starting to pop up quite a bit. Now, I'm no creator at all. I simply do all of my Patreon stuff. I'm happy with the ones that I am subscribed to, but in recent events, there have been some videos popping up where people are starting to feel like they're entitled because they're paying a fee. Now, if you're not familiar with Patreon, Patreon is basically a monthly subscription fee. You're paying somebody to get their models for basically each month. And it costs anywhere between $1 to $30 or even more, depending on what type of Patreon it is. And honestly, they're all a great deal because you are getting multiple files for 3D printing compared to what it would cost you for one from somebody in a Etsy shop or a Cults 3D purchase or something along those lines. And well, unfortunately, it gets the mentality over time with some people that I pay you, you now owe me. Well, that's just not the case. These creators take a lot of time to make all these files. I have a very good friend and even he has said, he has his own Patreon, and has said it is one of the hardest things to do because you can't tag anybody. The logistics of it are much different. So to create a Patreon and grow a following tells me that it's got to be very difficult. So basically, you're paying a subscription fee. You now have access to each month that these creators send out for different files. Now, the video that I am talking about was a quick rant from somebody, but I'm not going to say names. I'm going to keep this as healthy as can be. But they have decided to bash a couple creators for no reason. And it wasn't really bashing, but it was kind of bad talking, and there's just no reason for that. They basically were saying they don't care about one item that's been done over multiple times to make different characters, or even a helmet that was done up in like a bunch of different parts and then they had to put it together. Well, that's fine. You don't like it, perfectly fine. You're wanting simple, you are wanting something you can print, and you are wanting something you can just finish real quick. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But here's where it got a little tricky. This person was basically saying this is what they want, this is what they deserve, and this is how it should be. You can get cosplay from all these different creators, cool. You can get multicolor prints from different creators, cool. They are catering to what people want, basically trying to keep their Patreons going by catering, by getting multicolor printing, by getting they're taking care of people that don't have multicolor printers. If a helmet's in a bunch of different parts, they're wanting those people to print those in those different sections so they can print them properly and then get them painted. Or if they just want to print them in the proper color. And I think that's awesome that they're trying to cater to all these different people. And to go on and feel like you are entitled because you pay a subscription fee and now you're saying you don't want all this stuff, you don't want this stuff, I'm just going to get rid of you, and basically saying this in the video. That's just ridiculous. There's no reason for that. If you don't like something, you just unsubscribe. End of story. That's it. He did praise a Patreon that even I follow, and their stuff is phenomenal. But I get where he's at. I get where someone like me or other friends would be at, and it just, to me, makes no sense to go online and bash people. We can be better than this. Like I said, if you don't like something, move on. So unsubscribe from it, find what you're looking for, call it done. If you want to print your dragons, I know there's tons of Patreons that design all the dragons. Go sign up for it, have a blast. that'd be great. You like cosplay? Find your ones that you like to use for cosplay. Great. If you like your multicolor printing, or if you like the cosplay aspect and you like some of the multicolor printing stuff, there's patrons for that. And honestly, there's so much out there. There's plenty to pick from. There's just no reason to be negative about anything. These guys are busting their butts, trying to make a living, releasing some really awesome models. And like, there's even models that even though they release them, I don't download them because I don't need them. But yeah, I'm telling you, some of these Patreons that these guys do, they're phenomenal. And I honestly, the ones that I have subscribed to, I absolutely love. I'm probably never going to get rid of them unless I just decide to not 3D print anymore. But I mean, they're my go-tos. I have 3 or 4 go-tos no matter what. I'm going to link in my description as well some of the Patreons that I follow, even some of my friends' Patreons. I don't follow them, but I do support them. So if there's always a promotional thing for them to help them out, I'm always for it. Now, the other thing too is there is a little bit of a flip side, so I'm going to kind of change this up a little bit. There's also the fact that there are people that, for the creators, will gatekeep. Yes, I know, I hate that word, but unfortunately, that's not just the person that pays that subscription fee. It gets to the point where that creator starts getting used to that revenue, and in that case, feels like they're entitled for more money, and they could actually up the price. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is. So you're going to have to find those Patreons that are fair to everybody, and that's why I'm going to link the ones that I know are really good, and the creator really takes care of their subscribers or patrons. But long story short here, I know this is no reason for this video to be this long, but again, plain and simple. You don't like what you see, unsubscribe. Leave it alone, call it good, move on, find what you want, end of story. Now, wrapping up, just keep in mind, these creators, they're human. They're not machines. They're going to make mistakes. You're going to have some issues down the road at some point. I know, like I said, I've seen some posts on some Facebook pages with people feeling like they're entitled, and I've even called them out by just saying why. But just keep that in mind. These guys are human. They get tired. They're not machines. They're pumping out everything that they're hoping you guys like. What's really cool too, and now I'm just gonna let this finish up here real quick, is a lot of these creators do take feedback, and they do ask what you guys want to see. And I know one of them, I even asked if there was any possible way to get an Alpha 5 cosplay from the Power Rangers, because I would love to do that, because I'm small enough, it'd be perfect for me to do an Alpha 5, which I just think would be awesome. But anyways, just keep that in mind. You know, they're human too, you're human, everyone's trying to be fair here. But if you have any stories about your Patreons or anything like that, drop those comments, and let's talk about it. I want to know what's going on. I want to know if you've come across anything. But don't forget to like, share, and follow for all of my updates. I've got some really awesome videos coming out here pretty soon, but I just wanted to get this out because I just feel like this is a little bit important, and I want to get that mindset out there that, hey, everyone's human. We're all trying to have a good time. We're all trying to create some really cool stuff. We're all trying to build some really cool stuff. There's no reason to lash out at these different creators. And yeah, let's just all have fun, and let's just keep building together and building a community, pumping everybody up, and just getting everybody excited. Because the last thing I ever want to do is see somebody fail. That would just, I'd feel horrible to see somebody fail. So let's just really build this thing up, and yeah, I will catch you guys on the next one.